Hi, today I'm going to teach you how to resolve printer problems. So if you have a printer at home or you are working for a company and you have a printer, you're having a printer issues whereby you cannot print documents or you are receiving an error message on that printer, how do you resolve this problem? First of all, let me just go to my start menu and then type print. When you type print, you have the printers and scanners. So click on the printers and scanners. And here you can see I have a local printer which is actually attached to this computer using a USB connection. So you may also have a printer which is connected wireless using a wireless connection, or a printer which is connected using a network connection if you work in a company. So the most problem you may surely have, first of all, you want to check if, for example, if I disconnect this printer, here you can see that the printer is offline. So first of all, you need to go and check if the printer is online or offline. So if the printer is offline, automatically you will know that maybe the printer is off, someone has switched off the printer, or the printer is not properly connected to your computer. So the first thing you want to do is to check if the printer is on. That's one. And to check if the printer is properly connected to your laptop or desktop. And also, what we can as well do, sometimes we have a situation whereby someone tries to print a lot of documents and that document is blocking other documents to print. So what you can do actually is to open the queue, the printer, and here we can see which documents are being printed, or which documents are being blocked. So if, for example, let me just remove this here right now, and I say this printer is offline. Let me try to put this printer offline, and let me start a Word document, and I try to print a Word document. Let me just do a test, and I say print, and I'm going to select the right printer, and I say print. So the document is trying to print right now, but I'm not going to save this document. And you can see that the document is going to remain on the queue because the printer is offline. So when I try to connect this printer right now, and you can see the document is trying to print. So if you have a situation whereby you want to actually stop the printing, you can cancel it. You can cancel the printing. You can cancel the printing, or you can as well restart the printing. So if after checking all this you are still having problem, what you can actually do, let me just go to manage service, and here you see we have some options what we can do. So if, for example, you are still having a problem, you can try to print a test page to see if the document is going to print, and also you can run the troubleshooter to see if your computer can as well help you to detect the problem and solve the problem. So if I try to, it's checking the Spooler service to see if the service has been started. It's also trying to check if everything is well connected to the printer, and also if everything is well connected, if there are error on the printer. But if there's no problem, it's going to tell me that the printer could not identify, the troubleshooting could not identify any problem. But let me do something. If I go to the start, let me just go to start menu and type services. All right, click on the service and run as administrator. Click yes. Here, if you're having a problem with your printer and you see maybe the printer could not print a document, the printer is online, and still you couldn't print any document, there's a service that actually allows you to print, which is called the Print Spooler. So if I stop this service right now, and let me just stop the service, and I go back to my printer, and I try to print a document, let me show you what is going to happen. Let me open a Word document again, and I try to Let me just test, and I try to print a document. As you can see, I don't even have the option to select a printer. Why I don't have the option to select a printer is because of that print service which I just stopped. Because the print service allows you to actually print document to your printer. So let me cancel this and go back again to, let me just click on this printer here and click manage. So when I try to run the troubleshooter again, click yes. So it will now try to detect and see if there's a problem. So it's checking the Spooler service, and you're going to see what's going to happen. So it's checking the Spooler service error. So it's going to tell me if there's a problem. So right now, let me just try to show you something. What happened? It goes to the printer service and check and say, well, oh, I think there's a problem with this, but I couldn't detect that problem. And so what I can do is I can give feedback on this troubleshooter, or I can view detailed information. And here it will say a problem with printer was detected. You said it's not present, so we can scroll down to see if we can see other issues. Maybe a problem with the HP. Take additional steps. So it's telling us that there's a problem, issue that was detected issues. Here we can actually see what the problem actually is. But if I try to actually check very well and see, so I may actually find something that can give me a clue why this document is not printing. Let me see here. It says, okay, there's a problem with the printer. Of course, it says there's a problem, an issue was detected, but it couldn't tell me if what the real problem is. So what you can actually do yourself is, okay, you say, okay, well, I couldn't find any problem, any solution here. I can just then go and check the um, print spooler service to make sure that the service is not has not stopped. So click restart, and now the service is running again. So if I try to print a document right now, let me try to print the document again, and I try to print. Here you can see we now have the option to print a document. So also we also have some other function. Let me just go to the control panel on this computer. When I go to the control panel under devices and printers, here I can see that my printer is also installed. So what I can do is I can right click on this printer here and then click on properties, printing preference or printer properties. And here I can as well try to see if there's any error message, or we can see if the port is properly configured. We can as well check, okay, it's connected with a USB device. We can go to advanced and see if there are any problem at all, or probably maybe the printer is using the wrong driver. It's not using the proper driver, that's why it's not printing. We can see that start printing immediately is properly configured. Print Spooler document first. So we can actually check to see if everything is okay here, if everyone has access to the print document, and we can as well see if the tray is properly configured. So after checking all this and you feel there is still no issue, we can as well go to the preference, and here we can just check the paper quality to see if everything is properly configured. Also have the advanced option to actually check if nothing is wrong with this configuration. So if I click cancel here, click cancel, and I can as well go to, if I go to let me just go to the control panel again here and go to my control panel. Under administrative tools here, I have the option to actually let me just start the computer management as an administrator. Click yes. And if I go to device manager, and here we can as well try to see if the printer drivers is properly configured. So when you see here you have the printers, and also have the print queue here. So I'm going to click on this the printers, and click on properties. And here we can actually see, okay, everything looks fine. The device type, the details, everything looks fine. Okay, we are using the device description is fine. We can as well check on the event to see if there are any error message or anything that can give us a clue why the printer is not printing. We can view all events as well. So click on all events, it's going to start. Just hold on for some seconds. So here you can see the event viewer has started, which of course can give us some clue if there are any problem with this printer. So here we can see that the device USB printer was started successfully without any problem. So here there is no any error message which can tell us that something is wrong with this printer. So I'm going to click close. And if I go to under the device, I can as well decide to say, okay, let me see, let me just try to uninstall the um, the device. I can as well decide to update the driver if I think the driver was not properly installed. I can search automatically for updated driver software and see if there's any update that can as well be installed for this printer. But if you work in a company and your printer was installed using the group policy or using it's like using the network share, you will not be able to actually update the driver. So your administrator will need to update this driver for you and not you updating it yourself. So after doing all this and you still feel that you are still having problem with your printer, what we can as well do, we can go to the start menu and type print. And then when you type print manager here, we have the print management. Under the print management, we still have some other options as well. We can see, let me just go to here, we can click on the print servers. We can see which printers are. If you have a lot of printers installed, all the printers will be listed here. We can see we have some drivers actually which are installed for this printer. So we also have the option to actually say we want to remove the driver package as well, and then or delete it. Then we can as well then we can reinstall the printer drivers again. We can see all drivers, which of course here all the drivers are listed, and here all the printers are listed as well. You can see here we have printers with job. If there's any job hanging or being that are not being deployed here to the printer, or they're still being hanged on the printer, you will see it here. So you have different options actually which you can use to solve a printer problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to list all the different options here on this YouTube video, so you can just check maybe step by step to see if anyone could resolve your problem. So if you check the first option and see the problem is not resolved, as well you can go to the second option as well and check to see if that helps you. So if you pass through all this information and the problem is still not solved, probably you will need to check if something is not wrong with the printer itself. You can as well check if the inkjet is finished. Sometimes when the inkjet is finished, then you try to print a document, you get a blanco document without any info on the document. So thank you very much for watching my video. My name is Kelvin Johnson, and also if you think you have any question about print management or about Windows Server, operating system, SCCM, Microsoft Intune, Office 365, please you can as well send me an email or leave a comment behind, and I will reply as quick as possible. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more IT related video. Thank you for taking your time to watch my video, and goodbye.